A year ago, you guys were in Abu Dhabi filming this around Thanksgiving, and you had to have Thanksgiving away from home in a place that doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. Just a sidebar, how easy or how hard is it to find a turkey in Abu Dhabi?
That's probably the greatest question we've had all day.
I think we were.
Did we celebrate?
No, we were in the middle of a crazy action Michael Bay movie. I don't even think we thought it was Thanksgiving. I don't even think I.
No, didn't we? The dinner with
Well,
wasn't that for Thanksgiving?
Well, you know what? There's only one American on the cast, right?
Yeah.
Corey.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. We in Canada we have a different version of Thanksgiving in October. So I don't know. It's not a big thing for us.
I mean, I'm Puerto Rican. We celebrate everything, even if it's not our holiday.
That's right. I love that.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so this is a Michael Bay movie, and truly the Michael Bayest of all Michael Bay movies. I saw Transformers, where a Transformer darts out as a torpedo and makes sushi for Mark Wahlberg, and this topped that.
Wow.
So speaking of that, what's the most ridiculous thing that has happened to you guys in your real lives? Most ridiculous thing.
Most ridiculous.
Most amazing, unbelievable thing, yeah.
Oh man, having kids is pretty great, but probably not the most exciting answer, because like billions of people have done that.
Yes.
Oh man, the most exciting thing that has ever. I don't know. I mean, I know that in this movie you see people getting hit by cars and stuff,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
like
crazy
ridiculous.
stuff like that. I got hit by a car once. Here's a funny little story. It's quick, I promise. But I was 19 in Vancouver, Canada. Drinking age is different there. And I'd had a couple of drinks, and I didn't want to get in my car, obviously, because that's insane. I walked home, and on my way home, I got hit by a drunk driver. I was like, thanks, karma.
That's
yeah,
great.
I got run over by a guy who was drunk, in the middle of the street.
What happened?
I woke up 3 days later with every bone on my left side was broken and with a
wow.
concussion. And
Did they grab the guy?
yeah, because he hit me so hard his car didn't work afterwards. So his car was totaled. Yeah, crazy, right? That's the craziest thing that's ever happened
I'm
to me.
so happy you're here.
Thanks.
Yeah. Piggybacking off of that, in this movie, your characters die and become ghosts, and they become more free than ever. So another question where you probably have to think: what makes you feel alive?
Me, for example, when I see my family, my nephews, everything. I have friends. Those moments, like Thanksgiving, for example. I mean, Mexico wouldn't celebrate it, but those moments when you're with your family and you're very present, and that make me feel,
I would say the same, but I also I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, so I like to push myself.
You're a drug addict?
Adrenaline. And a drug addict as well.
Yeah. Highly
But I
insurable.
love skydiving and I love pushing, and I think those are the
Nice.
moments where I feel
Where you're on the edge of it.
when
yeah,
you're
absolutely.
on the edge.
Yeah.
I went back and I watched my first interview about 7 years ago with Ryan, and I was so nervous. I was nervous as hell.
Why
you
were
could
you
see
nervous?
it. I was just starting out. I had $40 budget for it.
There are
It was
much
crazy.
harder people to interview than me.
There is, and you weren't even the highlight. It was Denzel that was the highlight, but I was nervous nonetheless.
No, honestly, though, that's still my highlight. No offense to any of you clowns. I loved working with that guy.
But do you guys ever does the nervousness ever stop? Is the nervousness always there? Like, when did you become calm and I got this, I know what to do on camera, and I'm good at what I do? When did that become for you?
For me, it hasn't. It's always there. I think it's always there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're in trouble if you don't feel those nerves. I feel nervous. I mean, on first day of work too, I get nervous. You see a bunch of it's a reflex too from when you're a kid. I think like going to school for the first day and stuff. You're like, will people like me? Am I gonna say something dumb, which I usually do? Or So I don't know. I think that feeling's pretty universal.
Yeah, I think, and I've always said that if the day I stop being nervous is the day I'll probably stop doing what I do.
Yeah, because
and I'll just do something else.
Yeah, it says that you really like what you're doing. You don't want to fuck it.
That it's
you don't wanna
meaningful.
do it now,
Yeah, that you care.
Yeah.
Okay, you can start.
Six Underground. This movie is absolutely ridiculous. It's such a movie. It's explosions, action. It's truly the Michael Bayest of all Michael Bay movies.
Right.
So I wanted to know, what's the most unbelievable thing that's happened in your life?
Oh, in general?
In general,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Wow.
Oh, well, having babies is kind of like crazy.
It is.
To be honest. That feeling of, I just had a baby girl 2 months ago, and
2 months ago, and look at this.
and I went to the gym because I wanted to fit those clothes. But that feeling of, feeling her, the first sec of like, welcome to the world, it's kind of like
Yeah.
special and crazy.
Absolutely. How about for you, Court?
Well, I ain't got no babies yet that I know
You didn't give
of.
birth like 2 months ago?
But I think for me, just this, just being able to share this, because for us, like sometimes, you know, the grind, the shooting movies and stuff, we forget and we sort of take it for granted. But being able to see it through my family's eyes and see it through, you know, and share that with them, and see how proud they are, you know, it's just like I just got to go home for Thanksgiving, and it's funny because Thanksgiving last year we were all together.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get a chance to be with our families, but to be able to be with them and share this process with them is really, really cool, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned Thanksgiving because that's actually my second question.
Okay.
You guys celebrated Thanksgiving in Abu Dhabi. Like, how, is it easy to get a turkey in Abu Dhabi? Because it's hard to get a turkey in America if it's not Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is super annoying for me because I'm vegetarian, so I don't
Okay.
eat meat. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like.
I'm vegan.
Oh, you're both
so,
vegan, so
yeah.
you don't even care about us.
But when I was
Turkey,
there,
we don't do that.
I wasn't vegan then.
Yeah.
And
Did you get some turkey there?
we didn't have turkey, but they had everything. But I don't think there was turkey.
And this year I was in Japan, so
Hmm.
every
Turkey
year I'm
sushi.
like, what am I doing?
All of the Six Underground, they are ghosts. They have died, and now they're more free to do whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just flip that around a little bit. What makes you guys feel alive?
Passion.
Passion.
It's funny. I was talking to that with someone like 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing someone not passionate is like so sad.
It is.
There is so many things in the world. How can you be like off when politically wise, climate change wise, like everything is so crazy right now. Being like
Yeah.
not passionate about like
I would agree. I think there's so many triggers, you know what I mean? And there's so many things to sort of, and there's also so much to get excited about. There's so much beauty in the world too, you know what I'm saying? And there's so much to live for.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you find these characters who hit rock bottom and but they want to be off the grid. They want to die. They want to be ghosts. But at the same time, they have so much to live for too. And you find that fight in them. You find the passion in them throughout this film.
Yeah.
So I think that's it's definitely true of me too.
That leads to my last question. There's a line in here that goes, evil is on an endless, crappy loop. And I wanted to just know, do you guys think evil will win or will justice prevail? Because sometimes you look at what's going on and you're just like, why?
I like the idea of and it's my only way to survive sometimes, to say like there is no evil. There is always something, you know. You can always change someone. I really want to believe that. Yeah, it's a scary moment, you know. Like I'm thinking about like the youth right now. What they see on the news, how they feel like, you know, we keep saying every day, the world's gonna collapse and change in 10 years. And you have like kids and they just like, change how?
Right.
What do you mean changing? And I wish that new generation's gonna change their way to live and what they need from the world. Be like, we need to be more like this, and we need to be more aware of that. And then I guess that new generation and that new generation of citizens probably gonna change things. And you know, I don't know if it's evil, but human beings are evil in a way. They just destroy everything they see.
Inherently. I mean,
yeah.
I think there's like, it's such a bleak way of like looking at things when you say, you know, evil is like, it's just, but I mean, there are people who don't, you know, who do bad and who don't understand, who don't have the knowledge, who don't, you know. And so I am encouraged though by this generation of young people and us included in that too, who are trying to like affect change, you know what I mean? And it's happened before. Generations have said this, you know, years ago too, about in terms of politically, and like, you know, felt like, oh, this is it, this, you know, and we've survived. And we are people of survival, you know what I mean? And we know how to do it. We just have to be kind and.
But you know what?
figure out how to do it together.
If we do a sequel, for example, of Six Underground, for example, that would be smart and great to do something about that.
Yeah.
And the mission should be like saving. Someone was saying like, what about saving the forest?
Yeah, Amazon.
And I feel like we need stories.
Yes.
We need stories to be inspired. And I feel like as an actor,
Yeah.
we should be part of those projects who's gonna be like, yeah, show something on screen who's gonna actually make you feel like better, and then also like help you to just like being the beginning of a change. Because I know for sure that if you do the first step, then you can walk and then you can run.
That's right.
That first step is so hard to do because you feel so useless and everything feels
So
so
much,
big.
yeah.
But if you do that first step, then you're good.
Just
for
one
sure.
thing. One
Yeah.
thing.
That was so beautiful. Thank you for taking the time
Thank
to chat
you.
with me. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
They say it's like football. You just move the ball a little bit down the
yeah.
line.
That's right.
And as it goes down, a little bit down the line.
Godzilla!
Yes.
Xilla bitch.
Godzilla! No, that's my